Welcome back to Island Girl Garden. Today we can do some blueberry cuttings. And we're gonna do some hardwood cuttings. This right here is called hardwood cuttings. It's right now it's like early spring. So you can do it in the early spring. You can do it in late summer, or you can do it in the winter. In the winter, most of the winter, late in the late spring, you do what we call hardwood cutting. This is like hardwood, and so the in like the summer part and in the early late summer you got the softwood cuttings, and the softwood cuttings is like these over here. These are my blueberries. This is a different type over here, and this is the softwood cutting over here. These ones are coming out a little bit early. I think these are the rabbit eye ones. But this is called softwood cutting. When it's green like that and it's real soft, you can bend it real easy. That would be the softwood cutting. But we're not doing the softwood cutting. We're not cutting these. We're letting those grow. So we're gonna add a few from these cuttings. We can add a few back to the garden. We got a couple of plants to the garden, and we probably gonna sell a few of them. So we're gonna show you how to do these cuttings, which is it's not too difficult, nothing too difficult. But make sure when you're doing it, you make sure you sterilize all your equipment. Okay, so like this right here is called hardwood cutting. This hardwood cutting is a couple of years old. So you really don't want to use this. This is like 2-3 years old. You want to use like the young growth. This is like from last year growth. You want to use like that. But we're gonna use a piece of this one to show you to cut it. We're just gonna take a cutting like that. And then we can cut it down into like 4-inch pieces. I really gonna cut it some more over here off of this one. But this is what it should look like 4-inch cutting, 4-inch pieces like that. And then what you want to do is you want to cut it like this is the node. You want to make your cutting under the node. So then once you cut it, you just trim the sides a little bit like that. And you take it and you should put in your rooting hormone. We got the powder rooting hormone, and then we got the liquid rooting hormone. So with powder, you just put it in there. You just stick it down in the soil. But this is sand in here. I made a little box, put sand in it, and underneath I got the weed fabric under the bottom of it, so it'll drain real easy and real good. So the water will drain out. You don't want the water standing in it. So with this rooting hormone, the liquid one, before let it sit in there for like 5 minutes before you put it in the soil. So we're gonna try both kinds, see which one work the best. The liquid says it's supposed to work best. The liquid is the Hormona X, and then the powder one we got the Garden Safe one brand. So yeah, so that's about it. So at least about 4 to 8 weeks, you should see some rooting of your plants. And don't put them in direct sunlight. Put them like out and somewhere where it gets sun to it, but not direct sunlight. Like inside or by a window, but not so the sun is hitting it. But when you're doing hardwood cuttings, you don't cover them up. When you're doing the softwood cuttings, after you put them in the sand, you put like a piece of clear plastic over it, or you put like a glass over it, and let's let it sit. Every like 5 or 6 weeks, you should check it, see if it's dry or not. If it's dry, then add a little more moisture to it to get it back going. But you really don't have to water it once a week, once every 3-4 days. That's water once every 5 or 6 weeks. That's necessary.
One every 5 or 6 days.
No,
You said weeks?
weeks.
Okay.
Every 5 or 6 weeks, look at it and see if it need water. If it need water, you go ahead and water it a little bit, because it don't need a whole lot of water. Put a whole lot of water in it, it's gonna rot. It's gonna die. You can see it turning black and die. It's gonna rot. You don't need a whole lot of water. Just need a little bit of water. Like I said, and then with the softwood cutting, you cover those up with something to keep the moisture and the humidity up in it. But with hardwood, you don't have to do that. But it's early spring right now. It's a good time to take your cuttings. So we're gonna take these cuttings and make some new blueberry bushes. Hopefully all of them survive. Next year we can plant some, sell some, give some away. So until then, love, live, and plant something. Put a seed in the ground and grow something, eat something, give something away. Until next time, peace and love.